Hey guys, Brian back here with another video. So you can tell from the title that I just had to make a video on this. This is absolutely disgusting. It's the new low. This is the new low for America, the UK, the Western world, right? And yeah, I'm just gonna roll the clip because that's about all I can do. So here we go. Yeah, so as you can see, we literally have pedophiles dancing on stage in front of infants. Like, they clearly aren't there for the mothers. They're not into women. They're there for the infants. This stuff is sick, right? They're doing overly sexualized dances that belong in the private side of this stuff, right? In strip clubs, not out in public or in schools in front of babies. All right, guys. So this clip is going to be covering this story that's going on in the UK. There was a rave for children and single mothers, right? You can tell just from looking at this that there is no fatherly figure in the lives of these children or with these, single mothers. And it's sad, it's disgusting, and it's kind of unbelievable because this is a new low, right? We have never seen anything like this in the Western world. This is unheard of, right? Within the last decade, the world has gone upside down. It really has. It has gone from things that were good are now bad, and what is now bad is good, right? And that's all I can say about it. We have a man here dressed in full bondage performing for children that don't even understand what is going on, right? And these mothers are just loving it. And I'll roll the clip, but like, this guy is in high heels, like a strip club. That's what this is. It's literally a strip club for children. This guy is completely exposing himself. 10 years ago, or not even, more like 5 years ago, this is indecent exposure, right? You go to the jail for this stuff, and we allow this to go on. Like, these mothers openly bring their children to strip clubs and watch a bunch of men walk around in high heels. There's clearly an agenda behind it to attack our children, to attack our young people, right? And I'm gonna be out front and honest here. Like, it's taking over the UK, the United States. They're not accepting any pushback. If you tell them that this stuff is wrong, you are considered a bigot, a racist. They'll come up with any sort of scheme to label you if you stand against this stuff. They've taken control away from the parents. And the parents that opt into this stuff seriously have some mental health issues going on, or there is a spirit working in them that is clearly demonic that allows them to take their babies to these drag shows, man. So the next thing I'm going to show you is Dwyane Wade, who is Dwyane Wade's son, who transitioned recently in the news to a female. And he seems to be pretty far along in his transition, right? I'll flick you over here. This is Dwyane Wade. This is a 14-year-old boy who, by the use of the court, was able to legally change his name and his birth certificate with the support of Dwyane Wade and I think it's his godmother. Like, there is no motherly figure in this child's life. And it gets crazier, right? Not only did he legally change his name, even though he is not legally able to drive, not legally able to drink, but he's able to make a life-changing decision at the age of 14 that will affect him for the rest of his life, right? It really is sick, the world we live in. And not only that, after recently transitioning, he was signed on with a deal from Puma for millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. This 14-year-old boy is now like the poster child for Puma as a female. What does that tell our young people now? That, you know, in order to be cool, in order to be famous, you have to cut off your genitalia. I don't know if that's how far along he is, but obviously you can tell by the picture that he looks like a female, right? That's the message that we're telling our young people. Like, money, transitioning, all that stuff comes with, you know, transgenderism. Like, that's the new social norm. Like, we have to accept it. And it you know, what's crazy too is if you speak out against this stuff, you're immediately labeled. You're immediately labeled as a bigot and somebody who just is simply like discriminating against them. So it's not just these children that are transitioning, right? You look at the NBA, you look at the NFL. What do you see? This is what we've been seeing recently. We're seeing grown men, very, you know, masculine, athletic men, now dressing in women's clothing, wearing purses, you know, wearing women's, you know, fashion. This just adds on to it. There's an agenda behind this stuff that is going to leave our young kids thinking that it is okay to, you know, dress up as a woman and to flaunt this stuff around. There is clearly an agenda. The people behind this agenda are big pharma, right? Medical, the typical big money bringers, right? And you see it because these surgeries for children cost hundreds, if not, you know, thousands of dollars to do. And there is so much money in it. And it continues on because, you know why? If the kid does transition, it's going to lead to suicide or suicidology, which leads to depression medication, which leads to, you know, all this other kind of stuff. It's just a trickle effect, right? It's all a big money grab. It's all greed. That's what this is. It's dark. It's very dark stuff. And you got to think about it. Like, you got to use your discernment because there really is. It's a giant money grab. Not only that, but it is killing our young kids or mutilating them for the rest of their lives. I pulled this statistic here. This is just one of the other typical statistics websites that you can run off of. This is the National Library of Medicine. But it says right in here, data indicates that 82% of transgender individuals have considered killing themselves, and 40% have attempted suicide, with the suicidality highest among transgender youth. It's crazy. They push this stuff, but the data is right there. Since when did we give up listening to medical advice, right? Like, this screams that we need to stop doing what we're doing. Unless we want our young people to just kill themselves. All I can do is pray, man. Like, the world that we live in is sick, it's twisted, it's evil. And I pray you pray for this world that we live in as well. I'm going to close out today's video with that. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It greatly helps out my channel, guys. I'm going to be getting a lot more content out here. And in the meantime, may the Lord watch over you. May he bless you. May he keep you. And I will see you back here on this channel very, very soon.